Hey everybody, what's happening? Before I sing this next song, I want to thank everybody for buying the album. I haven't recorded a video since, and this next song I'm gonna sing is I forgot to put it on the album, and I'll definitely put it on the next album. So that'll be out in December, and I hope you like this one. This song is called "I'm Already There." He calls her on the road from a lonely cold hotel room, just to hear her say I love you one more time. And when he heard the sound of the kids laughing in the background, had to wipe away a tear from his eye. A little voice came on the phone, said, "Daddy, when you're coming home?" He said the first thing that came to his mind, "I'm already there. Take a look around. I'm the sunshine in your head. I'm the shadow on the ground. I'm the whisper in the wind. Your imaginary friend. Can you feel the love that we share? But I'm already there." She got back on the phone, said, "I really miss you, darling. Don't worry about the kids, they'll be alright. Wish I was in your arms, standing right there beside you. And I know that I'll be in your dreams tonight. And I'll gently kiss your lips, touch you with my fingertips. So turn out the light and close your eyes. I'm already there. Take a look around. I'm the sunshine in your head. I'm the shadow on the ground. I'm the whisper in the wind. I'm your imaginary friend. Can you feel the love that we share? But I'm already there. Maybe 1,000 miles apart, but I'll be with you wherever you are. I'm already there. Don't make a sound. I'm the beat in your heart. I'm the moonlight shining now. I'm the whisper in the wind. I'm your imaginary friend. Can you feel the love that we share? But I'm already there. I'm already there.